Now, this is my second video. It is almost 5:30 in the morning. I just made a video on a review about Temptation, Confessions of a Marriage Counselor by Tyler Perry. And I just addressed some problems that I had with the movie, but overall I'd say it's a 7 out of 10. 7.5 out of 10. But anyways, we're not talking about that. We're talking about something a little more serious in this topic. And it deals with a 2-year-old girl who was taken from her parents and put into foster care. And according to the news sources and what people are saying online, is that she was taken because the mother had seizures, and the mother was not allowed to be by herself with the child when she has seizures, and that's fine. You can't control things like that. But the other reason why she was taken was because her father occasionally smoked marijuana, and this was in the state of Texas, and marijuana is illegal there, and they deemed them as unfit parents and took the child away and placed her in foster care on the charge of neglect. And so what happened is that this child was in foster care, and the foster mother, I don't know if there was a foster father. I don't know if the foster father was a part of it. I'm not sure, but mainly just the foster mother of this daughter had beaten her and killed her. And according to what I've heard, she hit her head 3 times, like banged her head against something 3 times, which gave the girl a concussion, I think. And then she died shortly after that. And that's terrible. But the reason why I'm making a response to this is because I know there's going to be a lot of responses online. I know there's going to be a lot of people talking about this on the news, people on YouTube talking about it, but the reason why I want to talk about it personally is because I feel terrible about what happened to this little girl. And what I'm very upset by the story, but what upsets me the most is that all the blame is put towards this woman who abused the daughter, and that is correct. It's 100% correct. She has the most blame. First and foremost, she is responsible for the death of this daughter, but one of the things that upsets me is that no one is really commenting or saying that, well, what about the father? Doesn't he have responsibility in this? And the reason why I make this point is because the father made a choice. Apparently this was not his first time having some kind of trouble with the law, according to the news articles I've read. I don't think he's been arrested in Texas, but the police have investigated him, and they deem that he uses marijuana occasionally in his house, and he smokes it when his daughter is asleep. And I know that marijuana is a soft drug. I don't think that I think it should be legal. I don't think it's a big deal, and a lot of people feel that way, but at the end of the day, it is illegal, and we just have to either respect those laws and follow them, or we just suffer the consequences. And his ultimate consequence of not following this law and not doing what he was supposed to be doing is that his daughter was taken and she was killed. I'm upset. I'm upset because I feel like the father bears responsibility as well, because his actions led to his daughter getting taken away. And I don't think anyone ever really considered that, like, well, this woman, first and foremost, she is the blame. She did not have to kill this child. She did not have to harm this child. But I feel like the father has responsibility in this too for allowing it to even happen, because doing drugs is a choice. Whether you're smoking weed, whether you're drinking alcohol, whether you're popping mollies and, well, or doing ecstasy, that's what mollies are. If you're, popping any kind of pills, and if you're snorting cocaine, doing any kind of drug of any kind is a choice. And I feel I'm upset with the father at this point, because I'm also upset with the woman. Do not get me confused. The woman I'm angry at. I'm furious. I hope she goes to prison. If she gets the death penalty, I won't give a fuck. I want her to get everything she deserves. But what upsets me about this story on an emotional level is that this father, I feel like he chose drugs over his daughter. Because it is a choice. It is a choice to do drugs, and that marijuana he had was not prescribed to him. So there's no excuse for him to have to smoke it. He smoked it on a whim. He smoked it because he wanted to. And that caused his daughter getting taken away from him. If he had just said, you know what, if smoking weed is illegal and it's a problem, fine, I'll stop. If it means that I get to keep my daughter with me, if it means that I get to make sure she's safe, I get to tuck her in at night, I get to, feed her, keep a roof over her head, and teach her and help her grow into a strong, beautiful woman. If it means that, then yes, I'll give up drugs. I'll give up weed. It's not that important. But he kept doing it, and that got his daughter taken away from him. And I just want people to understand that his actions led to that other action. Like, this would have never happened. His daughter would not be dead. She would still be with him if he had just stopped smoking weed. Because they hadn't even arrested him for it. They were just saying, this is illegal, don't do it. According to what everyone's saying on YouTube, Mr. Repzion, the Young Turks, several news stories online, he was not arrested for smoking marijuana, even though it was illegal, which I don't think he should have been arrested. But at the end of the day, I do feel like he chose drugs over his daughter. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who feels this way, that he does bear responsibility for his daughter's death. But no one's saying it. And I just want to say it and put it out there that don't just, be angry with this woman. She deserves, be angry at her, but also be upset. You don't have to be angry with the father. I'm not angry with him. I'm upset with him. Just be upset and think about, yeah, it is kind of his fault that this happened, because he made a conscious decision to do something that he knew was illegal. He did something that he knew that he didn't have any business doing. He did something that he knew that would ultimately cost him having his daughter. And I just feel like that's wrong. As a parent, if I was a parent, and I'm not a parent, but I am 18 years old, I feel like if I was faced with this decision, I would give up drugs immediately. Like, it's not even a choice for me. I would just throw them out, It's not a big deal. It's either that or my child. And I would choose my child any day over anybody or anything. My child comes first in my life. And I don't have children, but I do have a niece. And that's not the same, I understand it. But even with that, like, if anything that I was doing, would cause her to get taken away from my sister, I would stop. She's my flesh and blood as well. And even if I had a child, that's my flesh and blood. I made that child. And I could not see myself saying, I'm gonna just smoke weed anyways, just to, maybe they'll let it go. They won't care. They will. The law does not care. The law does not give forgiveness. They're gonna prosecute you to the full extent, and they will, just take advantage of you if you allow that to happen. And I understand that sometimes things we like to do, such as smoking weed, is dumb for it to be illegal, but at the end of the day, It is, and some states are working to overturn it. I know Washington D.C. is. I know that they legalized it, but even them having it legal, they're still having drug busts there for marijuana in stores that sell marijuana. So marijuana is still a problem. But to me, I don't care what drug it is. I don't care if it's alcohol, weed, cocaine, heroin, pills, whatever it is. At the end of the day, you do have a choice. And his choice led to his daughter getting taken away. And after that, the ultimate price that you pay for things like that is the death of his child. And I do feel sorry for him. I feel sorry for his wife. I feel mainly sorry for her because she really didn't have anything to do with it. You know, I would probably, if I was in that situation and if I was her, I'd probably leave him because I'd be like, angry. I'd be like, you let our daughter get taken away because you wanted to smoke weed? Like, I couldn't be with someone like that because that makes me feel like they don't care about our child. At least not in the way that they should. And I feel really sorry about what happened to her. And I just hope that justice is served. I hope that the legal system does not, they just prosecute this woman to the fullest extent of the law. And I'm just sad about it. Because I can't imagine what that mother must be going through, knowing that her daughter was taken away because of something that could have been prevented. You know, even though he wants to smoke weed, and even though that's something that he likes if it's illegal and if it's going to cause you to get your child taken away, stop. Just stop it. You don't have to smoke weed. And if you want to smoke it, like, he could have found a way around it. He could go to someone else's house. He didn't have to stay at home. You know, he could have went to a family member's house or something like that. Possibly, if he had to smoke weed, if he had to, which he didn't have to. He had a choice. I cannot stress that enough, that this choice that he made led to his daughter getting taken away and ultimately led to her death. Because I feel like even in child protective services, something bad would have happened to her. Whether she got killed, it would have been something else. She would have got beaten. She would have got raped. Something bad, I feel like, would have happened to her. And he gave these people that opportunity by allowing her to be taken away from him, by allowing himself to participate in something that he knew was wrong and illegal. That just... He has a lot of blame in this story. And I just want people to understand that this is the woman's fault. She did not have to harm this child. She made that decision as well, and that's a decision that she has to live with. But he also has to live with the decision that, he chose to smoke weed and got his daughter taken away because of it. So that's all I want to say about the story. That's pretty much it. Leave a comment about your opinions. I welcome, constructive criticism. I also welcome invoking thoughts and, hearing other people's opinions about the story. Any negative comments, negatives, calling me names or cursing me out, things like that will be deleted and you will be blocked from my channel. So don't even bother. I'm not going to waste my time with immature people. I only want to have, sophisticated conversation with other people. So if you have something you want to add or something that you have an opinion about, feel free to comment down below. Subscribe and like the video if you agree with me. If you don't, that's fine. Anyways, thank you for watching. Have a great morning.